Talk with the RN Diva and Pastor Robert podcast. Now streaming on X and wherever you podcast. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Real Talk with the RN Diva and Pastor Robert. I'm Pastor Robert, and this is the RN Diva. And before we get started, before we get into anything tonight, we need to pause for a moment. Early this morning, when the nation lost a giant, the Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson passed. For many, he was a civil rights icon. For others, he was a presidential candidate. For many, he was a lightning rod, but for millions, he was a voice that refused to whisper when justice demanded a shout. I had the opportunity to meet Reverend Jackson on several occasions, both in ministerial spaces and in political arenas. And one thing I can say about Reverend Jackson is he was down to earth. When he spoke to you, he made you feel like you were his friend. Not a photo op, not a handshake and pass it, but a real friend. He was down to earth, approachable, warm, even though to so many across the nation, a man who stood in rooms most of us would never enter and stood firm in moments most of us would never face. Scripture says in Micah 6:8, what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Reverend Jackson tried to live that out in public view, flaws and all, for decades. My prayers tonight go out to Mrs. Jackson, a daughter of the Treasure Coast where we were raised. My prayers go to his sons and daughter. And I especially lift up my best friend and mentor, Reverend Ray Lewis Thornton, who served as a youth leader in his presidential campaigns and became extended family through that journey. Rest in peace and in power, Reverend Jackson. We're going to take just a moment of silence now as we honor his life and his legacy. Thank you. Now, one thing about it, legacy doesn't end what a life does. It passes the baton. And if Reverend Jackson taught us anything, is that faith must walk, justice must speak, and courage must act. Tonight, as we move forward with this conversation, your discretion is advised. And we do so standing on the shoulders of those who dared to stand before us. Rest well, Reverend Jackson. We'll carry it from here. Now let's continue for the next episode of Real Talk with the RN Diva. Now that we've done that, I want to introduce my partner in truth, my co-host, the woman who blends compassion with clinical precision, and the one and only, the RN Diva.
You see her.
Over 30 years in healthcare, a combat veteran, a woman who has seen trauma up close and understands patterns, behavior, and the difference between accusation and evidence. And tonight, we're going to let her loose tonight. She doesn't speak from emotion, but she speaks from experience. RN Diva, greet us tonight. Talk to us.
Good evening, lovely folks out there in YouTube land, Rumble, the jungle, everywhere else. Y'all, good evening. Let's start with that.
Uh-huh.
You're going to have to keep me, listen. You're going to throw some holy water or something. I'm going to need something. I'm going to need a little extra tonight because I don't even understand. I got a lot of questions. I'm going to need answered. I'm breaking fingernails off and everything. So, it's tragedy.
Well, tonight, stay tuned right now. For those of you listening on the podcast platforms here, share this with somebody right now. Share this with a tell a neighbor, tell a friend, tell a phone, telegram. It's time for our first story. Now, tonight's main conversation, our main talk is serious. Oh, real serious. We're taking an in-depth look at and local, yes. We're taking a look at the troubling accusations and arrest records surrounding self-proclaimed and self-appointed Apostle T.D. McNutt, yes, that's his name, of West Palm Beach, Florida. There are videos that are circulating, and there are arrest reports. There are deeply concerning claims involving alleged abuse of his adopted son and other young men connected to his church and home. Now, let me say this clearly. This disclaimer, these are just allegations that are now part of an active legal matter. Our goal tonight is not to convict anyone in the court of public opinion, but our goal is to examine the patterns, the warning signs, the structures of unchecked authority, and the spiritual dynamics that can allow harm to happen in religious spaces. Now, I'm someone who has over 30 years of experience in ministry and church consulting, and I've seen what healthy leadership looks like, and I've seen what happens when charisma replaces accountability. So we're going to take a little roll to a little 5-minute video montage that outlines the publicly available information, reports, and statements connected to this case. Buckle up. This is rough. And after that, we'll bring it back, and I'm going to turn it over to the RN Diva. She has questions, and hopefully we have some answers to unpack what we're seeing from a trauma, behavioral, and investigative standpoint. Because tonight's question is not just about one man. It's about discernment. Apostle or predator? I hope you're ready for this. Yeah, this trigger warning, if you have an issue with some things like that, I ask you, maybe you might want to share this with somebody else. Here we go. This is the Apostle T.D. McNutt.
That name is just so wrong.
Yeah, the name don't help him out at all.
It does not help.
Hands boy, Lord of God's name, he just falls. He's so deep in love with Apostle McNutt. Oh, we have a greater understanding. Our relationship has formed to there's a greater intimacy here. I mean, he literally tells his mother every time they see me, you ain't hugging Apostle, I am. And he keeps her away from me. Get back. He just wants to hug me, and he's telling the truth. Glory to God's name. But then here it is. Glory to God's name. My life is prophetic, precious. And I'll forever be positioned with God prophetically to love you and all of you. I just want y'all to love me like he wants you to love me too, though. And some of you don't. Yeah, it's clear you don't. Glory to God.
Hello, Apostle. I love you. And you are stellar. You are the best person I know. You are incomparable. You are second to no one. And there is no one I would rather be in a relationship with. There's no one I would rather have as my spiritual father, as my uncle, as my father. There's no one I would rather be under. The example that you are, the example that you show every single day, how you are, your authenticity, and how you are willing and you're going to stand on who you are. You're not going to let anyone try to change you. You're not going to let anything change you, and you're not changing for no one. You are authentic, and I love you. I love you for who you are. I love you for your character. You are the best person I know, and probably the best person in the world. You are who and what a Jesus person should look like. You are what a Jesus person should give off, or what a Jesus person, the example that someone should be in every aspect. You are the example for so many relationships. The example as a father, the example as a brother, the example as a son, the example as a spiritual leader, as a spiritual father, the example of as a friend. You are the example in so many ways, and I love you. I love your character. You are extraordinary. You are magnificent.
Clearly, he's reading the script. Clearly, he's reading the script.
You are excellent.
That he wrote for him.
In everything that you do, and your authenticity. And I love you.
Apostle, you're a great spiritual leader, a great father. I love you so much. You love me like I was your own biological child. I love you from the bottom of my heart. You're always helping somebody. You're always being kind to someone and showing someone Jesus, and I love you for that. You're always providing for me, taking care of me and my family. You're always showing me love. You're always protecting me from anything that'll damage my mind or me physically. I love you so much. You are a great cook. Of course, a great cook. You are a great spiritual leader. You give us wisdom and knowledge. You give us love. You're a great counselor. We can come and talk to you whenever we need to, and you won't judge us. You'll help us get through our situations. And also, anytime I'm in your presence, it's always love, and it's always affirmation. It's always it's always word of knowledge. We always get the Bible when we're around you. It's never just we go to church and it's all Bible and then we go home and we just do anything. No, it's we go home, we read the Bible, we talk about God, we get wisdom for our relationships, our businesses, so on and so forth. I love you so much. You've empowered me in so many different ways, and when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I love you so much. You are a great example for every young man on this earth, and I love you so much.
Apostle Dr. T.D. McNutt, there is only one you in the earth, and you are truly irreplaceable. Thank you, Apostle, for who you are in my life and all that you have done to help me transform into who God has called me to be. Under your leadership, Apostle, I have learned how to forgive. I have learned how to honor relationships and mend broken relationships. I have learned, Apostle, how to love people the right way with a godly love. I have learned not to be biased or to be judgmental. You have taught me so much. Thank you for all the wisdom, all the revelation, all the sacrifices, all the sowing, all of your time. Nothing has gone unnoticed, and I appreciate you, Apostle, for all that you are in my life. Thank you, Apostle, for loving me. Thank you for loving our son, Junior. Thank you, Apostle, for your example in the earth. You make it easy for me to remain sober. You make it easy for me to remain celibate because I see you do these things every day. Thank you for your impact you have in the earth. Thank you for your boldness. Thank you for who you are, Apostle, and not wavering, not changing, not backing down from your high standards. I love you, Apostle. I appreciate you, and I'm favored by God because He assigned you to be my spiritual father. Thank you. I appreciate you. I honor this covenant forever. Happy Clergy Appreciation.
Clergy.
I love you.
That's the church. Okay, right here, before we go any further, this is the church right here. This is they have a church at Roosevelt Middle School in one of the meeting rooms, not even a full classroom, because you'll see that it's about 10 people at the most. They had about 15 chairs, and half of them are children and boys. But here's them having church.
And that's not a coinky dink.
I know it's not. So here it goes. Fair use, see? They're in a conference room. That's the boy that he loved so much. That was there. On this part, just watch it. I got for copyright. I gotta delete it because that's Ty True playing. That's them. That other boy. Believe it or not, the young boy that's in question is 16 years old. Okay, that one right there.
He looks very, very young.
And the one in the orange and blue shirt, that's the one that says, "Apostle, I love you and I love being in a relationship with." That's him there. That's the whole church right there. That's the whole church right there. Okay. That's the whole church right there. This is right off of their Facebook page. But watch this. Watch this. Look at it. Look. Did you see the name of that? Did you see that? Did you see the name of that? Did you see the name of that? Hold on. Let me go. Did you see the name of that?
Principles of Power?
That was a message that the teacher says he was doing. Watch. the dust of sexual abuse.
Yeah. God gives us the power to be kind. Yeah. Past, praise the name of the Lord, pain.
Yeah. Why do you need a mic? There's 3 people in the room.
Being insulted.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now. All right. You've seen the footage. You've heard the statements. Diva, you've seen the behavior that's being questioned. Now, we're not here to inflame, but we're here to analyze this. I really need, seriously, your analysis of this because something's not right. And this is, again, coming from a trauma-informed healthcare and investigative lens. When you watch that montage, Diva, what stands out to you? What patterns do you see? And what should people at home be paying attention to when spiritual authority and vulnerable individuals intersect like this? Break it down for us, Diva.
Folks, if you've never understood the word grooming, this will show you grooming at its highest level. Now, I am not sure. And what happens is people start to make excuses. Oh, well, he may have been when he was younger. I don't care nothing about that. Because once you reach a certain age, you need to start making decisions for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The way that young man spoke, the way that the second little boy, he's a little boy. He's a little boy. There is something untoward happening there.
Yeah.
It is not it's not an assumption. That is my gut telling me that something is happening that is out of the control of those 2 young men and that female. Not sure what I don't even know what she's trying to do.
Let's give context here. The female is McNutt's cousin. The boy, the younger boy that looks like he's 10 years old but is 16 in question, is her son.
Correct.
However, he lives between the 2 homes. I think they live in the same house, but nonetheless, so that little boy is his cousin as well. But he has him call him dad and apostle because he's his pastor and his father. So
you know how I feel about that word.
Well, yeah. And so what's happening is it's very incestuous because you saw how she was the one saying all that. So can I just be real? Can I be real?
Please do.
I think he's porking the cousin too, the mama.
Absolutely. Celibate my ass.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sober. I got a ding, 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 ding on that.
Sober?
Help me stay sober.
Oh, that means she had a problem.
She had a problem. Somebody's taking advantage of that problem.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So okay. So here's the thing. What I'm not understanding is why no one is losing their shit. Roosevelt Middle School needs to shut it down. Don't let them use your room anymore because the things that are being taught should not be taught.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to rescue that child. The boy's 18. Send somebody after him too, but somebody needs to rescue that child. DCF, whomever, because he's already acted out several times. He was trying to tell you what was going on, but you put him right back into the lion's den and you wondering why he's so meek and docile and afraid.
Yeah. That is not normal. Now I want to give some context. I want to give some context to this because when they were doing that video, that was back in October for Clergy Appreciation Month. So
the one we just saw?
Yes. In October, it's Clergy Appreciation Month. So apparently he had each one of them have to get online and post. Because again, I got this off of the church's Facebook page. This is public record. But yeah, so that's why they were all giving their tributes to the apostle. A self-appointed, self-proclaimed. And you see he has nobody in this church. I'm not even going to, I'm going to post a clip later on our pages when I was on the King Jive show. when they asked you to come as a guest, talking about this from a ministerial point of view. He's so out of order. He's so out of place. That's just, I mean, that's from a ministerial standpoint. He's out of order. It is completely out there on his own. From a social point, there's something going on there. That's not right. There's something going on that's not right. And when the internet gets through with him, okay. I wasn't gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and play the video, just to do about 30 seconds of it, of him. Happy birthday. Again, trigger warning. I have, two sons. My oldest son, I raised. Well, I raised from 17 months old, okay, to 18. I think at 18 he got grown and lost his mind. But anyway, and when he was a toddler, I taught him potty trained him, all that kind of stuff. This toddler, all that kind of stuff. Okay, you play with him. But once he got a certain age, and I mean, I potty trained him, had to teach him how to be a man, teach him how to shave, all that kind of stuff. But once he got a certain age, okay, it wasn't all this. No, because I'm a man, he's a man, and that could easily cause anything. It'd be look, and that's even before social media. Of course, he was stupid to put it on social media, but nonetheless, but even social media or not, that can trigger things. And so you don't do that. And I have grandchildren. I wouldn't play with, in this day and age, I wouldn't play with them like that once they got past babies. But I want you to watch this because I just want to know, did y'all see what I saw? Okay? Did you see what I saw? Sean, did you see what I saw?
Oh, I saw he must have magnets in his hands that go directly to his pubic area. But
here we go. I want your viewers' discretion is advised.
Trigger warning.
Real talk. This. Let me.
That's his mom giving him a wedgie. Talking about he got on a bikini.
Now watch it.
Hey! So you got you in the 15? Yes, you is.
He throws his hands away.
Hey,
Right there.
Go to bed, boy. What you doing? That's right. Go to sleep.
That 15-year-old cry like a 5-year-old. Watch the hands. Watch his hands.
Watch the hands.
Happy birthday to you.
Apostle T.D. McNutt was arrested December 23rd, 2025 on charges of molestation and sexual abuse of a 15-year-old boy. Y'all just saw in that video.
All right. Go ahead, Diva. You saw it.
His hands, he could not wait to put his hands in his crotch. His thought pattern, like, it's okay for me to go directly and tickle him in his genitalia. And that ain't allegedly.
No.
Because I don't miss a beat. That was absolutely, and then to continue to do it. Listen, I'm disclaimer, trigger warning. I guarantee you, if he had rolled over and sat up, he probably would have been aroused.
That's not the first time.
And he kept going and doing it. The little boy was screeching like a toddler.
Yeah.
This is, and the mom, I just want to, in her lip, like, she doesn't protect him in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
And I'm afraid that the little, he won't act out against them. He's going to act out against someone else.
Right.
And it could be bad.
They said that he was caught at school looking up guns on the school computer. That was one of the allegations that his cousin, uncle, daddy, whoever, said that he was accused of at school. So that's why when he said
That
he said
sound
to the
about right.
principal, that's why they immediately called him and met him at the house, because they had they mandated reporters. So, but he was acting out. Doing little things like that. He got in trouble for looking up guns on the computer at school. And see, those are the type of folk that go and shoot up a school or go and shoot up a church. That's the day
Sound
we
about
live in.
right. That sounds like it's on par, because he feels like his back is against the wall. He doesn't know what to do.
Right. He has
He's
a
trying to
brother.
protect himself.
Right.
He was running from the cops, cursing the cops out.
Yeah. Anything, sometimes people act out to get the attention, even if it's negative attention, just so you can, hopefully that will be
save them.
To save him. He didn't care. He's crashing out.
If anybody has any doubt, if you have ever thought about anything in your life and had a second thought, this shouldn't be it. This child needs to be saved. Somebody needs to go get that little boy and put him somewhere safe, away from those two predators, those three predators.
Because that older boy.
Because the older boy.
Yeah.
Him and Robert should, So, my question is this. What in religion and preachers and what makes it okay for this to keep happening? This keeps happening. Eddie Long, who else?
The list is just...
The list goes on and on. When is it going to be... You can't... This is a no-no, people. In case you're not... This is not what you want to do. No. You're not supposed to touch little boys and little girls. They cannot consent to let you touch them.
Right.
And what did he say? He doesn't want anybody to hug me, only him. That man needs to be castrated.
Well, if they convict him and go to jail, they're going to kill him.
Well, you know what they do to him. Because let me tell you a secret. So when I used to work at gun club, the place. The place. Yeah. They will come into classification. Well, in order, when you come into classification, you got to see the nurse.
Right. Yeah, they got to do the health thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the jail.
You got to see the nurse. Yeah. And sometimes when I'm thumbing through their chart and I see what the charges are, I classify them and I general pop.
Yeah. This is almost a cliche. There was a Hillsborough County school bus driver. Of course, you can't say which one, but this is about 10 years ago now. About 10, 12 years ago. He was 27 to 28 years old, and he was a school bus driver. And he decided to mess with one of the 12-year-old boys on the middle school and gave the boy HIV on top of that. The 12-year-old boy. They were on the bus. They did it on the bus. Then he went back, and then he came back later on. Okay.
To try to bribe him.
Well, whatever. And, but the boy had already told his mama. And so they arrested him, and he was convicted, I think, 20-some years. He didn't last a year and a half in the state prison.
Listen.
We got a phone call. We don't know what happened, but it looked like he was there. We don't know what happened. That's what they said. They didn't know what happened. We know what happened. 3 days later, he was gone.
Are criminals, but criminals do not play when it comes to touching children and elderly people. You will meet jail justice.
Now, here's the thing about it. Let me take this from a pastor. Well, since he says he's a pastor. What I hate about this is because this puts a stench on the vocation that I've spent 30 plus years as a preacher. third generation. My granddaddy, your granddad was a deacon, but you had uncles, whatever, right? But preachers, right? Right. And of course, your granddaddy was cleaner than the preachers. But anyway,
Okay.
but it's really bad because I'm gonna say this, and I'm the average preacher, the average pastor out there, they're not like this guy. They're not money hungry. They're not whoremonger with the women. They're not messing with the little boys and little girls. There's far more that are trying to do right and do it right. The problem is when you see jerks like this, it gives a bad name. It used to be that being the man of God was the honorable. Being the preacher, being the minister was an honorable vocation.
Right.
Then it kind of got a little sore because they said, well, you got to watch the preachers because they're going to be having messing with the women. Okay. Then it got to take all the money. Well, that. But now I seem to have this rash of these preachers now who like to mess with the little boys. Not so much the little girls, not that they'd be any better.
Yeah, yeah. What is that?
It's sick. It's just sick. It's sick. It's the same dynamic as if it was somebody in corporate America sexually harassing somebody on the job, a CEO.
Right.
It's the same dynamic. It's just the preachers, these ministers, what they do, they use the Bible and manipulate the Bible and the spirituality. Now I don't know how, because I can't get my head in that space.
You listen, I'm sick of you church people. I'm just gonna call it that. I'm sick of you church people. What happens to you when you go to church that you don't sit up and say, "I be damned if I'm gonna let this happen on my watch"? You're holier than thou. You're right here telling people how they should live and how they should dress and who they should be with, but you can't stop your preacher and your choir director from touching little boys.
It's just, it's really sad because somebody in that little conclave of 5 or 10 people, because he's been there for a few years. But here's the thing: somebody had to know something. I see something, because any of us just seeing. I went to his page. It took me 5 minutes to just scroll through his church's page on Facebook and be like, "Oh my God!" And I downloaded about 10 videos. Those were just some excerpts of some of it. It was just obvious. It was just obvious, and the thing about it is he doesn't even see it. Listen, let me say something. I wouldn't even want nobody grown talking about me like that. Like I'm right up there next to God.
And that's another thing. Are you supposed to be talking about yourself as if you are God?
Let me say something.
What is that? Give me a scripture. I know y'all wrote something about that in the book.
Well, the Apostle Paul, I'm gonna give you a good one. This is a good one. The Apostle Paul, who wrote 2/3 of the New Testament. Paul used to be the one that used to persecute. He used to go around. His name was Saul. He used to go around killing the church, the religious people. Okay, but then he had an experience with them, and then Damascus Road in Syria. He met Jesus on the road. He was blind for a few days, and then God changed him, saved him, cleaned him up, and then he became one of the most popular. The Apostle Paul wrote 2/3 of the New Testament, even with the jail trying to preach the gospel. So the same man who was killing people was now saving people, winning the world for Christ. But here's the thing about it. So Paul was being so successful. It let the man guy named Saul. And so people started to raise him up. And Paul said, listen, he said, I'm not all that. And I'm paraphrasing. But here's the part I'm not paraphrasing. He said, listen, I am the chiefest of sinners, saved by grace.
Okay.
He's humbled himself. He didn't let them put him on that pedestal. He said, look, I'm the biggest sinner out there. So don't put me up there. And so what happens is, that's why we have to keep ourselves humble. They call him an apostle after he died because of the historical record. But and the problem is these guys get these titles, self-proclaimed many times,
off the internet.
And they just get the hit. Well, they used to buy the license off the internet, but now they just print it on the computer themselves, and having a program, and having a service, and going buying their turnback collar and buying investments and robes from the clergy store, or order it on. You can order clergy robes from Temu now.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's that foolishness.
You can order bishop's robes, and some of them look like they are part of the Holy Roman Catholic Church, and they ain't even been to an Italian restaurant past Olive Garden. So what's happened is there's no order. You know, they said there's no honor among thieves. There's no order now amongst the preachers. We've gotten away from orthodoxy instead of having orthopraxy, practicing what we know is true. The Bible says, hold fast to the traditions which you were taught. But see here again, now that some of them ain't taught. Clearly he hadn't been taught.
Clearly he has not been taught.
No, because if you
a
notice
damn
something,
thing.
if you notice something, every time he talks, glory to your name, Jesus. Every time he talks, even when he's talking about stuff, glory to the name, Jesus.
Because he don't know what to say.
Right. Thank you.
Because he don't know what to say.
And
He's a damn bubbling idiot.
And if he really was taught and trained in seminary and by somebody, they would have stopped that tick, that habit, glory to your name, Jesus, every 30 seconds. They would have stopped that. But see,
it literally is as if that man has Tourette's. He does have it's a tick.
It's yeah.
He has a damn tick.
Yeah. So you can tell he's not trained but yeah, he's the apostle. He's the, how you talking you the greatest, and that man can't even, could you imagine him in court? He go to testify in court. Of course, he'd be stupid if he testified, but he'll be the stupid one. Your Honor, glory to your name, Jesus. I wasn't that. I didn't do that, glory to your name, Jesus. I'm the one that did that. I'm not the one that did this. I'm innocent, glory to your name, Jesus. That's exactly what he would do in the courtroom. Because every video I watched of him,
but that is a telltale sign that you are looking and listening to an absolute freaking idiot.
Yes, you're right.
And that woman, to allow him to do that to her son. Now, I don't condone no child knocking his mama upside the head, but
he don't need to, because she already she was addicted to something. She said that.
Yeah, she said about being sober.
So she did. I think she worked somewhere, teach school or something. She probably worked in school. Oh,
no!
We got to look at her name. Because she had a badge. She had a badge on for where she worked, and listen, that nice house that he living in, that church ain't paying for that.
He must have. He must have another job?
Well, I don't know.
Is he a pimp?
By the way, he does have a record back in Mississippi and in Illinois. He does have a record. I saw 4 mugshots of his from.
And what were the charges? Can you remember?
One was aggravated assault. One was domestic violence against a guy. Yeah, he's got some.
Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. In order for domestic violence to be against another person, there needs to be some sort of intimate relationship, living together, married. So
he has he has a habit of putting his hands where he shouldn't be.
Literally, him and that boy's father need to switch places, or he need to join him.
Yeah, well, he's told the boy's father. He said he claims he's talked to the boy's father.
But I'm saying they need to switch places, or he needs to join him.
Yeah.
In the clinkety clank clank, that's where he needs to be, because and they dropped the charges. So that video came out, and then he had him on there talking about he's sorry. The boy say he's sorry. Then this freak comes back and he starts saying he was told he needs to get on there and apologize and blah, blah, blah. Listen, sir.
Well, he's listen, I can say this. The internet is not going, just like the internet is not letting the E-files go, the Epstein files go.
Oh, no. Because I'm not letting this go.
The internet is not letting this go. And just
he lived down the street, literally down the street. I could get to where he lives in less than an hour.
And because you used to live and work in Palm Beach County, and I did too, I'm just leaving it at that.
All I'm saying is Roosevelt Middle School needs to go ahead and clean house and keep their doors closed on Sundays.
Because when you see situations like that,
right?
I'm afraid somebody's going to say something happened at church. And when you say at church, that means the middle school, because they have church at the school.
And that man doesn't need to be around children. He doesn't need to be around children. In my clinical judgment, I'm telling you, he does not need to be around children. He can't help himself.
No.
If anybody is in doubt, if the 3 church members is in doubt, I'm telling you right now, he needs to stay away from adolescence.
Yeah. Now, if you want to go, he want to back up on the big nigga, grown nigga. Hey, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If he want to bust it wide open for somebody, we'll go about your business, but leave those children alone. Leave
leave the
those
kids
people
alone.
churn alone. And
There
that
are,
lady who has not protected her son, you need to whoop your own ass.
listen, there are enough ninjas out there
that will give it to you.
However you want it. Dress up how you want to.
How do you want it? They'll give it to you.
Come on. Right. But to take
and if you're
advantage of little
careless
boys.
enough to mess with it, this is in my thought process. If you are careless enough to deal with a child like that, then you're not careful enough to protect yourself. So no telling what you have. And you got here, you could quite possibly be giving somebody something that they can't get rid of, like some bad luggage.
Listen, there is a fungus in Minnesota that is spreading to only gay men, and it's all like crusty and all
around the mouth. It almost looks like a flesh-eating disease. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And listen, let me just
if you want to.
Let me tell you this. Being diagnosed with something life-changing and detrimental to your health, that's huge. But a lot of people will do this. Oh, he ain't got nothing. He's so handsome, or she ain't got nothing. She is beautiful. That goddamn Ray is stunning. And you need someone like that will advocate and get out there and make it known. She's so beautiful. You would never know unless you told her, unless she told you, which she tells everybody, awareness. But people are so wrapped up in looks and oh, he got money, he can't. No, that's not what stops you from being infected by something that can kill you. What stops you from being infected is protection, celibacy,
That's right.
or covering it up. Don't test the damn devil. Don't test the waters out there thinking that you're just gonna stick your toe in. No. You can drown in bath water.
That's what happened to Whitney. Rest in peace.
So I don't want anybody to discount. What are you?
No, I'm just showing this.
What
I'm just gonna keep talking. This is Ray.
I don't want anybody to discount. You can't discount. Oh, he's good looking. Or he would never do that. First of all, you don't know what somebody would do. 1 and 2, you need, if you care anything about you, if you don't care about that person, care for yourself. And if they're telling you they don't want to be with you because you want to use protection, then tell them kick rocks.
That's right. Now let's Ray Lewis Thornton when she was the youth advocacy director for presidential campaign.
She's so beautiful.
And so now just as a plug here, since we're talking about it, that's Ray Lewis Thornton, Reverend Ray Lewis Thornton.
Look how beautiful she is.
Yes.
Look how you would never know.
Some years.
By the same token as everybody. Oh, well, she's pretty. She would never. She couldn't have it. This beautiful woman right here is a prime example of what I'm talking about.
That's right.
And how long has she been positive?
That's right. Over 30 years.
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years. Yeah. This is her book, just a little
plug. Absolutely. Y'all get this book.
It's her book. It's available on Amazon right now. And actually, she's coming up with a paperback version. But get this book. It tells her entire story. The foreword is by actress Cheryl Lee Rao. Ray Lewis Thornton, Unprotected, a memoir. But somebody would look at her and say, oh yeah. Now she's not going to let you. Okay, but what I'm saying, there she was on the cover of Essence in December 1994. when she actually found out she had AIDS. And then, so anyway, but that's the perfect example of how that she is with Tina Knowles.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say,
They could pass for sisters.
Yeah.
They
So
literally
anyway,
could pass for sisters.
that's my best friend and mentor. But listen, you have got to understand, folks. You get, this stuff has to stop, and I really want we need people now to stop being passive and just watching this stuff and talking about it. If you're in that church, if you're in that school, if you're in that circle, that space with them, say something, do something. Okay, because there's a lot, and here it is. I'm gonna say it right now. You know what happened to you when you were a child, people
That's
out there
right.
in internet land.
That's
So
right.
you know the signs when you see it happen to somebody else.
That's
You know the
right.
signs.
That's
You know the
right.
signs. You know the signs. And how dare you sit there and go
That's
on
right.
and not try to
You
save
should
one.
be so ever vigilant just because of that reason. You're supposed to be on the lookout. And guess
That's right.
what? Guess what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna tell. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling. I'm telling
That's right.
everything.
Right.
If
That's right.
if I find out that something's going, I am telling. And I'm going to the police and I'm gonna sit
They're
there
gonna
until
call
they
you a
say,
snitch. They're
ma'am,
gonna call you a
go
snitch.
home.
They're gonna call you a snitch.
I'll be that.
I'll be a
I'll be
snitch.
that. I bet you won't say it to my face, but I'll be that. I'll be a snitch or I'll be a bitch. When you're good at what you do, let me get mine. I will go tell. I'm telling it all. To protect a
Yeah,
child who's just starting out in life, watch me work.
that's right.
Watch me do my thing. I'm telling it all. And if I have to tell details, I will.
That's right. That's right. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. We
Keep your
got to
little
do better.
nasty, bumpy dicks to yourself. Nobody want to see your stuff. Nobody wants you. That's why you're going after look. Go get your bumpy dick treated. I said it. That's what's wrong with you. You know you decrepit and your thing ain't working right. So you just go see. That's what happens. See. This is what I'm talking about right here. See, this is what I mean right here. These people go after these young kids because these kids
Or
they have
defenseless.
nothing to compare it to.
Right.
But you
Defenseless.
come up to me, a grown ass woman, and you try to come to me with that foolish, oh man, if you don't get your bumpy dick, get.
Exit stage left.
I remember one time.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna tell on myself, but I remember one time I was with this gentleman, and he really thought he was putting it down, and I just was like, "This the face." He was like, "What?" He said, "Well, what?" I said. He said, "Well, what? Just say what you really mean." I said, "That shit wasn't hitting no nothing." And I meant that from the depths of my soul. But I did give him another chance, and I put training wheels on it for him,
Oh,
and
you're
I
so
got him
kind.
right. I got him right. But I've since had to put him out to pasture because I'm not gonna be bothered with that. I mean, I done got bored. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was a waste of my.
Ladies and gentlemen, you understand, since we're being real, this is real talk. We're living in a time where things are shaky and crazy. We just watched the government shut down, freeze critical services, even SNAP benefits were put on pause. And if that didn't rattle you enough, you've got food insecurities on the rise, power grids buckling under extreme demand, wildfires out west, hurricanes tearing up the coastlines, going to war in Ukraine, going to war in Gaza, going to war in Iran, Venezuela, next Cuba, and even in Minnesota. And tornadoes showing up like uninvited, like that cousin or auntie that never calls first. But listen, if you're serious about being prepared and want peace of mind that actually lasts, it's time to check out Ready Hour Foods from My Patriot Supply. These emergency food kits aren't your average pantry snacks. They're not banana chips and beef jerky. I should have said that because that's in the Epstein file. But anyway, they have a shelf life of over up to 25 years. That's not panic buying. That's wisdom. So don't wait for the next crisis to remind you that preparation is cheaper than desperation.
Amen.
Visit the link down there in the show notes or go to My Picture Supply and get your household ready today. Like I always say, take care of your family, take care of yourself, take control of your future. And as I always say, don't wait till it's too late. Stay ready. That's My Picture Supply, a sponsor of the RCTV Network and the Real Talk with the RN Diva and Pastor Robert podcast. Moving along to our last story tonight. On the
He
same
still
thing,
ain't no good. I'm not gonna let him come back. Go ahead.
but listen to this. This one is going to kind of blow your mind here because we're going to pivot to sports, but not just sports. This weekend, Hall of Fame basketball legend Michael Jordan made headlines after his racing team took the win at the Daytona 500, a very historic moment, a championship celebration, cameras rolling, confetti flying. But, during that live broadcast celebration, a clip began circulating online that has sparked debate and raised eyebrows. In the footage, Michael Jordan appears to make repeated contact with a young boy standing near him during the victory moment. Some viewers are calling it harmless, others are calling it inappropriate, and as you can imagine, the internet has already formed its verdicts. Now listen, again, we're not here to sensationalize. We're not here to convict someone based on a clip. But when something goes viral involving a child, it deserves careful conversation, not outrage farming. So I'm going to play the video for you.
God damn it, let me see it. Let me see
Exactly
it.
what people are reacting to. Watch it
Let
for
me
yourself.
see it.
Pay attention to the context, body language, timing, and then we will talk about it.
He can't be that stupid.
Well, and he down there in Palm Beach County too. There must be something in the water.
I almost told on myself.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen,
You're getting in trouble.
this one is not okay. We got the clip there. It's only 11 seconds. I'm gonna play it more than once. Watch. You see Michael Jordan there. See the little boy there. It's during the celebration. Okay, there you go. See right.
What is happening? Is that his son? That's his son.
Michael doesn't have another son. He read it.
Yes, he does. He has a set of twins. 10 years old. You sure that's Michael Jordan?
Yeah, that's Michael
That look
Jordan.
like somebody old ashy ass uncle. Bro.
Like that's how his daddy used to look.
I think that's his son.
Yeah, Michael getting on. There you go. I hope to God it is. That was on live TV, and people started going crazy because they were trying to say, well, he's not harming him.
No, that's his boy. That's his son.
Okay. That's adopted son? But they haven't been married 10
No,
years.
he has a set of twins. He married this young girl, and they have a set of twins.
But they've not been married that long. They only been married a few years. That boy's
no,
like
they've been married for quite some time. Listen, bro, okay. I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
I know her. I know the little girl's name is
You need to make some phone calls.
Gia.
And come back next week. I don't know. I don't know.
That's his son.
Okay. All right. Here's the bottom line, because I don't think anybody is saying Michael Jordan. I mean, he wasn't Epstein files and this, that, and the other, and all like that. But it brings it back to this point. Unless that's his son, okay? Unless that's his son. If it's not his boy, we just need to make a rule all over again. Don't touch nobody else's child, even in playful, even in all sincerity, innocence. Don't. Because everybody has a phone. Everybody has a camera. You don't know who's watching. And they could take something like that, 11 seconds of that, and...
Oh, no. They're saying that this is Reddick's son.
Whose son?
Reddick,
Okay.
the guy that was
Racing
driving.
with her, driving the car. Yeah, so obviously he has a relationship with them. Okay, again, so that he might call like Uncle Mike. You know, I get it. But again, everybody has phones with cameras. A lot of people now, because I plan to get some, have the meta glasses, the AI glasses that can record in 4K, just like this, too, and can record. So somebody can have glasses on. They got a prescription now too. Somebody can have glasses
Oh,
on.
that it's two girls, not two boy, not a girl and a boy. I thought it was a girl and a boy.
Okay.
So that's, oh no, that's not good, Michael. You doing Okay, I tried to save you, bro. I tried to save you, but you just doing too
Again,
much.
I don't think he meant any harm, and I don't think everything.
Ah.
But you have to now. You got to be very careful. You got to be very careful, and we just need to make a rule. Can we make a rule? If it ain't your
Stop
child,
touching people's children. God damn it. That's the rule.
Just that's it. That's it.
Matter of fact, don't even touch yours like that in public like that. Don't do that.
Because it can ruin your life because all somebody has to see. Now again, if the father read it is not saying anything, the boy's not saying, the father's not saying anything, the mother's not saying anything. Okay, it's cool. But the internet, because this was on TV, the internet is going crazy. Like, what in the world was he doing?
Okay, yeah, he doesn't have a boy. It's two Isabel and Victoria. I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah.
And the little boy looking at him like, bro, like, ew.
Okay. And I heard somebody say on X last night that there was some ice or something that had gotten in the boy's back pocket or something. Mike was trying to get the ice out. So I don't know. People were trying
that ain't getting no ice out of nothing because then he went down to his leg.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just again, let's just make the rule. Because I'm like this in church. I'm like this with grown folk. You just have to be careful that because somebody will take something you do and take it the wrong way or just look the wrong way.
His ashy self. I would have looked at that little boy looking at him like that little boy turned around and looked at him and was like,
Michael Jordan got them eyes like he'd been drinking some too much brown liquor, you know?
Yeah. He do look like he'd been drunk,
but anyway, so that's the thing for tonight. I just
take
want
that down.
You all
Please take that down before I vomit.
So that's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Again, stay out of away from people's children, boys, girls, and even in your own. Because see, you do that to your own, and your own will spit it in and accuse you. Hello.
Yeah.
Your own.
Yeah.
You know. And, because so that's the day we live in. That's the day we live in. You gotta have sense. You can't. Oh, I love my child. That's just little so and so. Little so and so will have your tail in jail.
I remember when I was little and folks would come over to visit or whatever with my mom and come sit on my lap. My mom would be like, hey, there'll be none of that. Ew. No, we're not doing none of that. Listen, if you a grown ass man or woman and your sexual prowess, Kay said that's not his son, it's someone who was racing son. Yeah, see.
Thank you, Kay.
Okay, maybe he was drunk. I'm trying to get... If your sexual prowess is leaving something to be desired and you are having to look in adolescents and kids, go eunuch. Just go eunuch. We were talking about eunuchs last night. Just become a eunuch. You don't even need to use it. Just don't do it. Don't ruin some child's life because they live with that for the rest of their lives.
That's right.
And may you die slow for doing that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And all jokes aside, there are people that are scarred because of some nasty somebody, man or woman, did you as a child. And
that's right.
they spend. And I was reading some statistics last night that if a person that deals with that in childhood, sometimes they say it's not until their 40s or 50s before unless it comes out, whatever, it's not until their 40s, 50s, they're able to even start processing it. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you really alter the course of their life, because had that not happened, they may have gone this way. But because
Absolutely.
you did that, they went this way. They got
completely altered the trajectory of their life. Right. It could be something, it could be one time. It doesn't take but a half a time. Mm-hmm. You know, and the selfishness that someone
and then the bad part about it is when you go to tell somebody, an adult, a mother, a father, a cousin, or something, you go to tell them what happened, what that nasty family member did to you, and they say, no, they did. They didn't believe
no, they didn't. As if they were standing there and saw the whole thing. No, they didn't. You stop saying stuff like that.
Stop lying on them like that. And that's the kind of stuff when we go back to this Apostle T.D. McNutt. That boy probably has gone to his mama years ago.
Yeah.
And she said, no, you don't talk about, I'm going to tell you the vernacular. Don't you talk about the man of God like that. Don't you talk about the apostle, the Lord, and strike you down. I guarantee you that's what his mama said, told him. So he couldn't go to his mama. That's why he went out there to the school cutting up, acting out. When you came
crying out for help. That boy was crying out for help.
You got to be that little timid, docile boy going to tell the cops respectfully F you? Come on. He wanted them to take him.
He was trying to do anything he could. Yeah. Please don't take me back to that man that's poking me in my behind.
Right. So, but there are some more. We're going to end the podcast, and that's been an hour. We're going to end the podcast. For those of you who I'm going to give a shout out to the official King Jive Show and Jedediah Brown. I was able to connect them. I let King Jive know. So they're podcasting live right now. So we're going to, when we get off of here, we're about to end this. Scoot on over there to official King Jives on YouTube and Facebook. They both are. I let Jives know on the podcast for Saturday night that Jedediah was in West Palm Beach and Jives was going to go down there. Couldn't get down there, but they connected because they both on this story. Jives from the church and LGBTQ side, and Jedediah just from the advocacy side and investigating advocacy. So that's quite a podcast. So go over there and check them out. Tonight, we had a good podcast tonight. I'm glad that we were able to discuss some of these things. I wanted you all to be sure to share this with some people. Share this. Those of you listen to us on Apple, Spotify, and all those different platforms, please give us some ratings and share this with you with somebody right now. Thanks for leaning in. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for sharing, challenging us, and even thinking critically with us. That's what real talk is all about. Not noise, not hype, but honest conversation. And listen, if you've been blessed by what the RN Diva brings to this platform, her 30 years of healthcare experience and trauma-informed insight, her courage to speak, so plainly. Make sure you support her directly. Follow her, share her content, and contribute through the links connected in there. Diva, how can they support you?
Right there below. Just go read those. My Cash App is $RN Diva 01. And my Venmo is at RN Diva 01. I don't have a Coinbase. That's him. And if you're feeling froggy, just call me. And I'll let you have my Zelle.
All right. If you support the RN Diva, you support expertise, integrity, and fearless analysis. And if you'd like to support me in the RCTV network, you can do that through the links below. Cash App, $RC, what is it? Cash App, Rob Carpenter 2, and Venmo and PayPal at Rob Carpenter 2, Coinbase, Rob Carpenter II, and also Zelle, Rob Carpenter II at iCloud.com. Let me tell you something. Also, you can support the sponsors down there below. When you support them, you're helping us continue to grow through this platform without compromise. Every Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, share, subscription, and comment helps us stay independent and keep these conversations unfiltered. Aren't you glad about that? So join us, usually on our normal night, every Sunday night, live at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Rumble, and X. And if you miss us live, catch the replay Monday morning, wherever you podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Audible, YouTube Music, and Facebook. Diva, until next week, we'll see you next time. What you got to say?
I'm out.